Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel Moxie DIY in Java. I'm Michelle. Today's video is going to be a magical one, and it's going to be based on everything Harry Potter. So grab your cup of coffee, maybe your butterbeer or your pumpkin juice, and join me. I found these party ties at Walmart, but I have also seen them at Party City, so you could probably find them pretty much anywhere. They're part of the Warner Brothers Harry Potter brand, so I assume they should be available wherever. So what we're going to do is pull out the elastic that would originally go around a child's neck, and we're going to make it go top to bottom rather than side to side. So what I'm doing here is I am releasing the folds a little bit. I'm not breaking any stitches or anything, and inside there is a little bit of material, and we're going to put a quick little snip right here on this material so that way the elastic can go up through the knot of the tie. And this is on the back of the tie, so you don't ruin any of the graphics on the front. And I'm making this snip just big enough to fit the elastic. Okay, we've got it through the first bit of material. Now there's one last bit that we need to go through, and that's at the top back of the knot. So that way it comes all the way through the top. And we're going to put, again, a small, tiny little snip there, right where I'm pointing, and we're going to bring the elastic through that, and then we'll be done. Now I'm just going to reset the knot so it looks nice, and then we are all done, and we're going to do that to the rest of the ties. Now to use these bookmarks, we're just going to take the elastic and put it on the inside where you want to or need to stop reading. And it's just going to hook together with Velcro, and then on the outside your house tie is going to show not only what you're reading but also what house you belong to. I personally am Ravenclaw. Do you guys know what house you're in? Comment down below, I'd love to know. This video is part of the Magical Harry Potter Challenge, and it is hosted by one of my friends, LaParsha from Creating It Myself, and I was so excited to take part in this. If you know me well, you know that I love Harry Potter. It's one of my favorite book series, so I was very excited to take part in this challenge. Now, this challenge is not only an awesome playlist full of inspiration, but you can also have the potential to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So to be eligible, the prize winner must comment the secret word mentioned in each video. Each creator will choose a secret movie-related word and mention it somewhere in their video, so be sure to look out for that. The chosen winner must be able to edit their comment and prove they are not a bot or a scammer to claim your prize. All residents are eligible, so good luck and let the magic continue. When I saw these mini doll houses at the Dollar Tree, I was immediately inspired to create Diagon Alley. Now here I am using a paper towel roll that I have cut across the top 1 11/16 inches, across the bottom 2.5 inches, and the height is 2 1/8 inch. And this is going to be attached to the top of this house, and we are going to create Ollivander's 2-story windows. So it's not going to look exact because, again, I'm using Dollar Tree doll houses and paper towel roll, but it will be a pretty good representation of it. So all I'm going to do is just glue it along the bottom and the sides, and then add a top piece, which you will see in a little bit, and we will add a window to it to create that quintessential 2-story window of Ollivander's. Now this particular house has a lip right there where I'm showing you. Don't put the paper towel roll on that because we're going to use that later on to make the sign for Ollivander's. Here I'm using another piece of the paper towel roll, and I'm going to trace the top shape with a Sharpie along it and then just cut it out and glue it on. Okay, they're both done, so now we're going to move on to the windows. We're going to use these inner windows because they will not be seen once everything is put together, and we're going to create that double window. And all I'm doing is I'm sketching out the rough shape and size of the window, and I will use an X-Acto to cut it out. I cut the hole just slightly smaller than the window so that way it would sit in there snugly, just like this. And then I'm going to caulk it with some hot glue. And then later on I will add some window sills. And now we're going to spray everything gray. I chose this particular one because it sticks to plastic. Now, as you can see, I moved ahead and painted everything. I figured you did not need to see me paint because that's kind of boring. But for the Quidditch supplies store, I used these mini craft sticks to create the signage. And I used this folk art color, apple red, and I dry brushed it with black. And as you can see, I left the roof gray and I left the windows purple. I used this metallic marker from the Dollar Tree to write on the sticks. And if you'll notice, the little purple windows are the sign of the Deathly Hallows. Now for Ollivander's, I painted everything black and I used the metallic marker for the signage. For Pottages, I did the same thing. I painted it black, again with the apple barrel black paint, and again I used the metallic marker from the Dollar Tree. These are awesome, by the way, and I wrote on these little craft sticks. For Flourish and Blots, I painted it green. This is a folk art color, bright green, and I dry brushed it with black. And again, the metallic marker. And finally, the Daily Prophet, I just left gray and painted the doors and windows black, and again used those craft sticks for the sign and the metallic marker. Now for the decor, I'm going to use one of these mini wood sticks, which I have painted gray, and I'm going to make a mini broom. And we're going to use nautical rope and some thin jute as well. Now what I'm doing here is I just folded the nautical rope in half and pushed the stick down through the braiding of the nautical rope and then glued it in place. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of glue it together and make sure that it's not going to come undone. And once it's been wrapped with the thin jute at the top, we're going to separate all of the fibers of the nautical rope to create a broom. Now what I'm going to do here is add little bits of hot glue and put it in between the fibers, and this is how I'm going to shape the broom into that quintessential look that brooms have in Harry Potter. This is a similar technique that I did with my copper pumpkin. I'll link it up above if you'd like a more detailed description. I figured wooden beads and wire would be the way to go for the Pottage's Cauldron Stack. So I'm just going to use this bead that has a flat top and bottom, and we're going to do the same thing with all the rest of the beads, as well as paint them all black. For the top bead, you're going to want to put some glue on the wire and then press the bead down into that glue, and then glue the very top and paint it like I'm doing here. Now this is kind of a mustard yellow, and I cannot remember the name of the color, but I mixed it with the black and it kind of created this goldish green color, which I really liked. And I just did a dry brushing over the cauldrons, and now I'm just going to attach everything. This is where I attached the window sills to all of Vander's top windows. I felt like they needed something, so I'm just going to use the mini sticks, the same ones that I used for the broom, and I'm just going to put them along the outsides of those windows and then paint them black. I can picture Harry and Hagrid walking through here. What do you think? Once I set these up for Halloween, my plan is to put fairy lights through the bottom and the tops, so that way they have a soft glow. On the base of the Quality Quidditch supplies, I used brown burlap. And as you can see, the Deathly Hallows is in the windows. Today's coffee is brought to you by my dear friend Anne-Marie, who gave me this mug. She is also a fellow Potterhead, and we talk Harry Potter quite frequently. And I love this mug because it shows the footprints as the hot water or liquids go into it. I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. I found this vinyl at Walmart on clearance, and I found these mugs on Amazon, and I loved that they were the house colors. Now these are actually freezer mugs, and that's why they look the way they do. The gel on the inside freezes and keeps your beverages cold, which is awesome. So we're going to put the vinyl decals right there along the side. But first we're going to prep all of the cups by rubbing them down with some alcohol. If you are on Instagram or Pinterest, I hope that you will consider looking me up. I always like talking to you guys. What better to go into these mugs than butterbeer? We're going to get some cream soda and add 2 tablespoons of butter flavoring. Two teaspoons of rum extract. Then we'll put the lid on, give it a light shake, and put it in the refrigerator to chill. We're going to add a cup of heavy cream to a mixer, and we're going to whisk it until we get soft peaks. Once that happens, we're going to add an entire tub of marshmallow fluff. And 1 teaspoon of rum extract. Now, my family and I were kind of about the rum extract being in the fluff, so I think next time we make this, we will probably leave it out. I will include the recipe down in the description box. Now we'll transfer to a container and let it chill in the refrigerator. Here's where the magic happens. Wait for it.
Really good students.
Oh my gosh, they're still spewing.
Well, okay then.
Ooh, magic!
Okay.
Right, time to clean.
All right, Ravenclaw,
Thank you.
Gryffindor,
There.
and Hufflepuff.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I like how it just doesn't like cool up everything.
What do you guys think?
yeah. What is this
Amazing.
stuff?
That is marshmallow fluff with heavy cream and rum extract.
That's what I'm tasting.
I like the little cauldron boil up top. So does Butterbeer a go?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We've got 3 thumbs up for Butterbeer.
I picked this book because the edges of the pages looked worn and old, and I really loved the texture. Now, this DIY came about because of the gorgeous art that is going to be inside. I'm going to put the Marauders map on the front because I thought the colors went really well. I'm just going to use a good old glue stick. Now the art that's inside is by Gabriel Piccolo, and I hope I'm not butchering their name, but they're really, really cool looking. They look like they're parts of the spell book, and he did a great job with the art. I haven't found whether these are actually available as prints. If they are, I definitely want to purchase them, but for now all I was able to do was find them as graphics online. And if you search for Gabriel Piccolo and Harry Potter, you should be able to find all of these. They're gorgeous. Now all I did with these was I printed them out on standard copy paper and then trimmed them to fit into this book. And it just so happened that the way I trimmed them fit right over the words in the book. I just picked a spot in the middle and started adding them one right after the other. I let the glue completely dry with a heavy object on top for about an hour. Now we're going to age the book. I'm just going to be using Waverly's Antique Wax and dab and brush and swirl all throughout to make the pages and the book itself look old. For the pages, you want to make sure your brush is almost completely dry, otherwise it tends to get a little muddy. Now to glue the excess pages together. We are going to use Mod Podge. I always start with the cover page glued to the title page and then just go from there. And I just keep picking pages at random, gluing. Binder clips are a really, really good thing to have at this point. You're going to need 2 for each section, and we're going to use the binder clips to let them dry together, and then we will move on to the edges. Now that the pages themselves have been dried, we're going to Mod Podge the edges. Once again, I have each section binder clipped. You can see them there. And I'm just going over the top edges of the pages that are glued together. Trying to be careful not to get it onto the cover of the book or the pages that we want to be able to flip through. To start, we're going to connect 2 cubes together, and we're going to be using painter's tape so that way you can see exactly what I'm doing, but if you're just going to be doing this for yourself, you can use any tape you want. So we're creating that hinge there. Now we're twisting and we're adding tape to the same spot, just on the opposite side. Just like that. Now we have a complete hinge on these 2 cubes. And I have done this with these other cubes as well. They are all connected 2 together. Now to put this together, we're going to take the hinge of this one and have it pointing away from you. This one will be pointed towards you. And then the side 2, the hinges are going to be placed upwards. Now we're going to flip the entire thing over. And now on this side, we're going to connect all of the sections together, creating more hinges. Now we're going to go through opening the hinges to the point where there is no tape whatsoever. And here it is right here. And now we're going to connect them again. Now to prepare our pictures. I printed these on standard copy paper, and I suggest that you do that also because of the folding. It makes it easier. These particular graphics I found online. I searched Harry Potter and vintage travel posters, and that's how I found these. Now mine are slightly smaller than what the cubes are, so I'm going to use this silver paper as my backer. Now what I'm doing here and throughout the rest of the DIY is I am placing twin hinges on these, so that way I know exactly where the hinges are, because you do not want to cut where the hinges are. It's what's going to keep your photo cube together. Now the way we cut this backer paper is going to be the exact same way we cut the pictures. Now we're going to follow the same steps for the rest of the cube. Here you can see there is no tape on this backer paper, so that means that the entire photo gets cut into fours. Now if there was tape, we would follow the same cut marks as we did for the backer paper. I hope that makes sense. If you are enjoying what you're seeing today, I hope that you would consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and also clicking that notification bell. I would love to have you as a part of the Moxie family. And to those of you who are already subscribed, I'm so thankful that you're back. This hack is really easy, but is really cool when you're done with it. These are just chocolate muffins that I got from our local grocery store, and I'm cutting off the tops and a little bit of the insides and then reserving the top bits. And what we're going to do is we are going to place the house colored M&Ms inside. These are standard size M&Ms. If I were doing regular sized cupcakes, I would use the mini M&Ms. So you're going to fill each of the cakes with the M&Ms and then top them with your reserved topper, and then we're going to frost them and make them look really cool. These are my favorite tips when frosting cupcakes, 1M and 1A. We're going to use 1A today. For this size cake, I used 2 tubs to ice all 6 of them. To decorate, I'll be using gold sugar and gold nonpareils, or snitches. To serve these, each of my kids pick the one that they want, and then we cut them in half to see which house they got.
All right, let's see which one I get.
I got Slytherin.
Oh man.
I got mine!
You got Ravenclaw?
Yes!
Okay.
Slytherin. Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Slytherin!
You guys want?
And I got Gryffindor. The magical word is always. Good luck! I hope you had a magical time with me. I so enjoyed spending it with you, and until I see you in the next video, take care.